Hello folks and welcome back to Rare Reviews. Today we are going over this article here. Oh, wait a minute. Where did we go? There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, today we're going over this article here on Redanian Intelligence. 10 new characters in The Witcher Season 3. So it's been a while since I made a Witcher video. I like to be excited about some news. I was waiting for some news. I don't want to just make videos about nothing. I want to read about things that actually interest me. So if there are periods of time where there's not a video for a while, that is why. I am also considering making videos about other shows or whatever, but we'll see. Anyway, 10 new characters in The Witcher Season 3. So, Season 3 of The Witcher slowly gearing up for production. Casting is long underway. We already know a group of assassins, the professor and his men, will make an appearance, according to an audition tape, yada yada. Anyway, here's a list of characters that might be cast in Season 3. Right. Merrell Bone, is that how we say it? Possibly Milva. Maria Baring. Milva, one of the best characters in the book series. Absolutely fantastic. Before I even read this, it does seem a little bit early though. Season 3 is supposed to be adapting Time of Contempt. Milva doesn't appear until Baptism of Fire, I'm pretty sure. Does she appear in? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. She doesn't appear till Baptism of Fire. So it's a little bit strange, and I think that's what they're going to say here. Merrell Bone is described as a person who... Merrell Bone, basically, on these like casting calls, on these auditions, they've got code names. And so that's why it's called Merrell Bone rather than the actual character's name. Merrell Bone is described as a person who possesses not only a razor-sharp wit, but a quick blade as well. Her age belies her experience, for she has been forced to mature quickly and learn to survive in a cruel world. The character in the vibe feels a lot like Milva. The only issue is Milva's weapon is a bow, not a blade, so perhaps it's not her after all. Missile is another theory, but way too early for her at this stage in the story. We shall see. Another detail is that Netflix is hoping for an LGBTQ plus actress to play this role. So, I'm not really sure. Yeah, Milva uses a bow, so the blade seems really strange. But hey, knowing these writers, I wouldn't be surprised if Milva's suddenly some dagger-wielding assassin or something instead of using her bow. I don't know. No, I don't. Surely they wouldn't do that. So maybe it's not Milva. I do think Missile. It could be Missile. That could make sense, especially if they're looking for someone who's LGBT to play that role. It could be Missile, since she has a thing with Siri later on. Who knows? But yeah, way too early for Milva, so I don't know about that either. Piccadilly. Piccadilly is another series regular that will join Season 3. He's described as a man who is second in line for the throne, but seems more prone to a player lifestyle than a political one. Though he gives off a carefree air, underneath it all, he's rather shrewd at strategy and impassive to boot. For this role, it's also known that Netflix is looking for an LGBTQ actor. While this doesn't ring any bells book-wise, we may know who he might interact with. Just back in December, we uncovered an audition tape for a new Season 3 role of a gay noble who was flirting with none other than Jaskier. At the time, we assumed it was a king, but King's brother makes more sense now. So much that in the audition tape itself, he does refer to his brother. So it seems like there's going to be some gay King's brother who's flirting with Jaskier. Don't know what's going on there. Angel Applegat. This is a great character to be cast, to be honest. This was a great part in one of the books. The casting description is instantly recognizable as there's no one else to mistake him with. A royal messenger played by someone who will need to know his way around a horse. This middle-aged gentleman was tired of his life and the horrors he'd witnessed on the job until he'd heard something that revolutionized his outlook from that moment on. Good to hear they're casting Applegat. Maida Vale, Margarita Lo Antille. Her description reads as the following. Plus-sized and powerful, she is a member of a particular group of women you don't want to cross. Vivacious and self-confident, she's sure to be a match for anyone she meets in The Witcher. While many sorcerers can fit this description, the casting pattern of having the code name starting with the same letter as the real name, coupled with the character being a member of a powerful group of women, points to none other than Margarita, but we shall see. Yeah, it does sound like it might be similar. I don't know. You know, one of the issues I have, right? See with these sorceresses in the show, they make this whole deal out in Season 1, right? They're going through this whole transformation period to be the most beautiful women in the world, okay? Why is it that it seems like half of them didn't go through this sort of transformation? Like, I'm not saying they're ugly, because they're not ugly. Like, I don't think anyone in the show is necessarily ugly, but they're supposed to be almost like supermodels. They're supposed to look like supermodels, is my understanding of it. But they don't. They just look like pretty normal actresses to me, and it's a bit strange. Like Yennefer, she goes from being a hunchback to like this huge glow up. Why did none of the other sorceresses go through this exact same thing? So it doesn't make much sense. It's a little bit inconsistent. Yeah, I don't know. Parsons, fake Siri. This one's really surprising. This one was also this one we also heard months ago. A teenage girl convinced she is someone else in order to become a political pawn. Other description from Recapped reads, a student that is brainwashed into believing they're someone else. This reads very much like fake Siri, who is in reality someone else and being used as a pawn by Emperor Emir. The show already had one fake Siri in the first season, but perhaps it can do another. Yeah, this one's confusing to me because of the season 2 Emir reveal, where he literally said that Siri's his daughter. The whole point of fake Siri was that people gave fake Siri to Emir because they thought he wouldn't know that he was given a fake. And it was to like cover up for the failures. But yeah, it was like Emir was gifted fake Siri, like because people thought he's not going to know it was a fake. How would they know that's fake Siri? And that was the whole point there. But it doesn't make any sense that now he's standing there like he's like my daughter in the throne room to all these Nilfgaardians, to Fringilla and to Cahir. So all these people know that Emir knows who Siri is. So it throws the whole thing off, and that's part of the reason why that reveal at the end of season 2 was so stupid. And it made no sense, because how can you do fake Siri? Obviously they have to change how fake Siri works. Like, it's going to work a completely different way. It can't be the same. It can't, because of that reveal. Greenwich, his description reads as follows: a brave and loyal soldier portrayed by an actor in his 20s who feels his fervour fades slightly when he realises his comrades are not as committed as he is. Doesn't ring any bells. Perhaps a story for Giseller. I can never say his name. Gisela, did I say that right? I remember reading the book and I could never pronounce it very well. Just some names, I'm bad at that. The leader of the rats. Maybe the series could portray him as being an idealistic soldier at first, right? So this could work, because if they are like up here, they mentioned someone could be Missile, and so if we've got Missile, then it would also make sense to have Giseller. So maybe they are going to introduce the rats like quite early. Maybe they're going to do it like right at the end of the season, which might mean they're not ending with the Thane coup. Maybe it means that we're going to get that maybe in the mid-season, which would be quite surprising, but I don't know. It feels like things are being a bit rushed, but who knows. Hampstead describes the middle-aged married woman trapped in a loveless marriage to a man more like her child and husband, inhabits courtly life. Her opinions more often than not fall on deaf ears. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. They're saying maybe King Visimir's wife and Queen of Redania. Who knows? Euston seems to be an original addition to the cast, doesn't give much away. A lady's maid played by an actress in her 20s, shy and timid appearance, hiding a lethal wild card. Not really much to go on. Victoria's character description is even more minimal. Gorgeous free spirit who is hot-blooded but kind-hearted. Could be anyone. Richmond, last one, described as a musician who sells instruments for a living and is done with customers thinking they can walk all over her. Again, not much to go on, but Jaskier is in need of a new lute again, so just might come and see her in her music shop. That probably makes sense. It's probably someone that Jaskier is going to run into. I would hope it's not going to be a season regular, but you never know. Anyway, folks, that's just a run-through of this article. I will link to it down below, as I always do with the articles I read on this channel. Let me know what you're thinking about some of these casting options. Some of them are quite interesting. Some of them are a little bit worrying that maybe the things are being rushed a bit. I don't know why I'm saying worrying. I mean, I worried so much for season 2 and season 1, and my worries came true. So I don't even know why I'm worried anymore. I should just be like, well, that should just be the norm. I shouldn't get like annoyed by it. Just accept it for what it is, I suppose. But yeah, so some of it is, it's interesting to say the least. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. If you're new here or you like the video, like and subscribe, do all the rest of that stuff, and I will see you all in the next video.